Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. Joining me now to do the next step of these amazing chocolate chip cups is Lori Horton. Lori, so we just put the cookies essentially in the oven.
Absolutely.
And
nothing out of the ordinary about how we baked these off except for putting them in the cupcake pan instead of on a cookie sheet. When they came out of the oven, they're just nicely puffed. So I took that good old metal cookie scoop and just used that to press down into the center while they're really nice and soft and hot, and make that little well in the center, make that little cup for whatever we want to put in there.
Perfect.
So what I've got next is a really super simple chocolate mousse, essentially, that we can put in there. And this is using 2.5 cups of heavy whipping cream. Make sure it is the heavy whipping cream. We want that good fat content in there. And then just 1 box of chocolate fudge instant pudding mix and a couple tablespoons of cocoa powder. And yeah, absolutely, 3 ingredients, not a big deal. I just whipped that together until it's really nice, and you can see it's just really nice and fluffy and creamy.
Yes.
And then all we're gonna do, I'm gonna make a little mess over here on the
Don't you worry.
stovetop. And we're gonna spoon this into our cups. Now these have not been out of the oven very long, so I'm gonna go to my nice and cooled ones here.
There you go. They look beautiful.
You know, want to make sure these are really good and cooled. If you want to get fancy, you can go ahead and put this into, you know, like a Ziploc bag or a piping bag. Cut that corner off and go to town, or just use a small spoon. And we're going to take a nice generous portion of that mousse and make sure we fill in the bottom first, and then put a little bit of extra on top, and then you can just use the back of your spoon to make a nice little piece out of it. Now, this is not where we're going to stop, because
we never stop there, Lori.
We never do. My favorite with chocolate, I don't know about you, is strawberries.
Okay.
So
very nice.
Got some fresh strawberries here, and all I'm going to do is take and slice these, not all the way to the top, in several little pieces, so they look all pretty on top.
Yeah.
And once I've got several little score marks on there, and I know you guys can't really see this real well at home, but you'll see once I fan this apart, we'll just lightly spread that little guy on there, and you'll have this pretty little strawberry piece to put on top.
So it's not just a dessert for kids. You can spruce it up.
You can make it kind of fancy.
Yeah, have it for a dinner party.
Exactly. But if you want to just be simple on there, you can also just put a dollop of Cool Whip in there. Like you mentioned earlier, a little scoop of ice cream.
I think that's
perfect, right? Perfect, absolutely.
And it's like a little cupcake, essentially. It has frosting on it, but it still has the cookie component.
When we come back, we'll show this a little bit more, and we'll do some extra fillings in there.
I love that.
Sample.
All right, well, stay tuned. We have more coming up right after this.